Pickup hops. So we touched on this actually with the rear leg elevated split squats. This is just like the shallow range of motion version of that. So really at the end of the day, it's just a single leg hop. You can do it with two, but usually at this point, by the time you're using these, you've probably progressed to doing single leg. So basic version, you're just like this, you're just barely leaving the ground, you know. Now, the next tier of that would be to, okay, well, we can just jump higher. Try to jump higher. You should have a pretty long ground contact. If we want to add more like high peak forces though, the other thing we can do is when we jump, we're trying to pick up this leg that's underneath us. So all you're gonna do is kind of look at where this other foot is. I'm not trying to pick it up right now, I'm just hopping on it. So when I try to pick it up, you're doing that. So you're picking it up, you're trying to raise it, say like, you know, to the ankle level of this leg. You're raising it up, you're striking the ground with it. You know, and as you get better at it, as your tissue tolerance improves, it takes a long time for these adaptations to happen, generally in the time period of months. But, you know, you can always sprinkle them in. You know, so you're here, you know, maybe do like 5, 10 regular ones, and then you throw in where you're hitting that ankle level, you know. As you get better, you know, you can try to go calf, you know, you can even try to bring it up over the knee of the other leg. And what you're doing is you're exposing the tissues to super high forces, and basically that forces a stretch in all the tendons and stuff of the Achilles tendon, you know, all the fascia and stuff through the leg. And it gets everything to tolerate higher forces. And in the context of like running, sprinting stuff, you're teaching all that musculature to kind of fire at the same time and kind of give everything kind of like this synchronized like rhythm to it. And sorry, out of breath right now. Anyways, but you're gonna kind of see that same kind of theme as like, it's one of the ways that instead of just adding weight to exercises, we can start playing with velocity variables to add, you know, forms of intensity. That's like even with a full range of motion exercise like squats, rear leg elevated split squats, you know, when we're doing these like quarter reps basically, kind of in this bottom range of motion, and we're learning to develop power out of this position. Instead of always just adding weight kind of like this, where we're barely leaving the ground, you know, you can always try to like tuck your knees up into your chest more, so your feet have to stomp into the ground. That's one of those things that's gonna really help with force production out of those positions. You know, it's gonna benefit, say like your high-end squat, your deadlifts, you know, your max effort lifts is gonna help you be able to jump out of those positions. So anyways, we'll get more detail on that stuff later. I'm gonna do a whole like video series on like force velocity stuff. But anyways, just for your pickup hops, that's all it is. All it implies is, you know, the way you're gonna generally progress this exercise, you're just picking this foot up. And that's it.